I'm trapped in a loop and nobody notices. The first time it happened, I just thought I was having a terrible day. It started with the coffee. I burnt my tongue on it, scalded myself so badly I had to spit it back into the mug. I cursed, rinsed my mouth with cold water, and grabbed my keys. Then I noticed the date on my phone. Tuesday, October 26th. Fine. A bad day. The second time, I was a little more unnerved. I woke up, the morning light cutting across my bed, and checked my phone. Tuesday, October 26th. The coffee was bitter again, but this time I was more careful. I sipped it slowly, still tasting the phantom burn from what I was sure was yesterday. As I left my apartment, I saw my neighbor, old Mr. Abernathy, watering his prized rose bushes. He gave me a knowing wink and a wave, just like he had the day before. The third time, a cold, hard knot of fear began to form in my stomach. The date was Tuesday, October 26th. I didn't even bother with the coffee. I rushed outside and there was Mr. Abernathy, watering his roses, same old smirk on his face. I waved at him, but he didn't respond. He just kept watering. I yelled his name, but he didn't look up. He just kept watering. I ran back inside, trembling. It became my own personal Groundhog Day, but instead of learning to play the piano or wooing a woman, I was trapped in an increasingly terrifying loop. Every day the world reset. Every day it was Tuesday, October 26th. Every day the details were a little different, a little bit wrong. The fourth day, Mr. Abernathy's roses were shriveled and gray, but he still watered them with a gentle hand, a serene smile on his face. The fifth day, the barista at my local coffee shop, a bubbly young woman named Sarah, served me a latte with eyes that were completely black, not dark brown, black, like a shark's. She didn't seem to notice anything was wrong. She just smiled and asked if I wanted a muffin. On the 10th day of the loop, I decided to test the limits. I ran a red light, and the car behind me honked, but the driver just gave me a vacant, glassy-eyed stare. I screamed at a group of strangers on the street, shouting about the loop, about the date, about how they weren't real. They just walked past me as if I were a ghost. Their faces were all blank, their movements mechanical. The fear was no longer a knot. It was a screaming, writhing thing in my chest. The 15th day, I stayed inside. The world could do its dance without me. I sat on my couch, wrapped in a blanket, and just listened. I heard the distant, repetitive hum of a motor. It was the same sound every day. It was the sound of the world. I tried to drown it out with music, with movies, with anything, but the sound was always there, a low, unnerving thrum beneath everything else. On the 20th day, something new happened. The hum stopped. The silence was a physical weight, pressing in on me. I looked out the window. Mr. Abernathy was there, watering his dead gray roses. His smile was wider than usual. The barista, Sarah, stood next to him, her black eyes staring directly into my apartment. She raised her hand and waved, a slow, deliberate motion. Her mouth opened, and I heard a voice, muffled but clear, a voice that was both hers and not hers, speak a single sentence. "Come outside. It's a beautiful Tuesday." I scrambled back from the window, my heart hammering against my ribs. I knew then that I wasn't just trapped. I was being watched. The loop wasn't a glitch, it was a prison. And the twist, the truly terrifying part? I looked down at the coffee table where I had left my phone. The screen was black. I picked it up and saw my reflection looking back at me. But it wasn't my reflection, it was me. But my eyes were completely black, just like Sarah's. And in the background of my reflection, behind my black eyes, I saw an old man with a watering can, a wide, terrifying smile on his face. The loop wasn't just my prison, it was my job, and I was the one watering the roses.